Welcome back to my prediction videos for the 2024 Oscars. This video is focused on my predictions in November for the below the line categories, also known as the technical categories. If you're interested in hearing my predictions for the above the line categories, such as Best Picture, Director, Acting and Screenplay Awards, check out my separate video on my channel. Let's get into my picks. Starting off strong with Best International Feature, I've picked The Zone of Interest, Perfect Days, Fallen Leaves, Shader, and Goodbye Julia. This one is a bit of a wish list. I've seen Perfect Days, Fallen Leaves, and Goodbye Julia and thought they were all amazing films. And it'd be fantastic to have an Australian film nominated. I can't remember the last time an Australian film was nominated in this category. The Zone of Interest is gaining a lot of hype that it's even being considered for Best Picture, so of course it'll be nominated for International Feature. And if you're wondering why there's no Anatomy of a Fall here, that's because it wasn't France's submission for International Feature. In Animated Feature, I've picked The Boy and the Heron, Spider-Man Across the Universe, Wish, Elemental, and the Super Mario Bros. Movie. And if it was up to me, I'd pick The Boy and the Heron, even though I haven't seen any of the films in this category. For cinematography, I've picked Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Poor Things, and Barbie, even though I'm not completely convinced on Barbie. I'm also not convinced on who I would want to win for this or who is going to win. This category feels a little confused for me right now. Production design is much less confusing, with my picks of Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Priscilla, and The Color Purple. Barbie is the one to beat here. Even though the real-world portion of the film isn't all that memorable, I think Barbie wins for Mojo Dojo Kaza House alone. In Best Editing, I've predicted Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, Anatomy of a Fall, Maestro, and The Holdovers. I feel quite confident that Oppenheimer will win. The film's editing was very strong as it goes back and forth between multiple timelines, and I don't know if this is completely attributed to editing, but that scene where Oppenheimer is giving the speech and starts to have the hallucinations of the explosion was incredible. Best Sound is always a nice award because it's easier to pick nominations for than other categories. There's a big preference to war films or films with some kind of conflict, which explains Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, The Zone of Interest, and The Color Purple. And I think Maestro being a film about music makes me feel like it's a guaranteed nomination. However, I think Oppenheimer is taking this one. The explosion moment pretty much locks it in. Score has similar nominations for me: Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Maestro, but I've also included Past Lives and Monster, as I thought both scores were beautifully simple and emotional. It's a long shot, but I'd love for Monster to win this. For Best Song, I've chosen What Was I Made For and I'm Just Ken from Barbie, Wish from Wish, Keep It Movin' from The Color Purple, and Road to Freedom from Rustin. But there's no debate really. What Was I Made For is winning. I'm putting my money on it. For Best Visual Effects, I've picked Oppenheimer, Spider-Man Across the Universe, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, The Creator, and Poor Things. I sound like a broken record, but yes, I've tipped Oppenheimer to win this because why wouldn't I? For Best Costuming, I've predicted Barbie, Priscilla, Wonka, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Poor Things. I think Barbie will win, of course it will win, but I'd really love for Priscilla to win. I'd love for Priscilla to win anything, honestly. I haven't seen it, but I know I'm gonna love it. And for my last category, Makeup and Hairstyling, I've predicted Barbie, Maestro, Priscilla, Oppenheimer, and The Color Purple. This one's a little trickier to pick at this stage. The Academy loves when there's big transformations over time, and so for that I would tip Oppenheimer, Priscilla, and Maestro to be favorites. But Barbie seems like such a good fit for this award, so I wouldn't be surprised if that wins. So to summarize, Oppenheimer is really going to sweep below the line in both nominations and wins. It's always more exciting and interesting when that doesn't happen, so I hope that we get some variety in the nominations at least. Let me know your thoughts in the comments about these predictions and if you have any of your own. Also let me know if you prefer 2 separate videos for these predictions or just one long video. Subscribe if you're keen on more film reviews and award season coverage, and thank you for watching and listening in.